Ladies and gentlemen,
it's time to embrace a youthful mindset and envision your future. Take the lead is in your walls.
Take the lead is in your walls.
This platform serves as a space for engagement designed to equip young people to become effective leaders. They are actively contributing, creatively engaged, and determined in various fields. And now, this is Take the Lead.
Hello to you out there, and thank you for always being loyal to us, the West Africa Democracy Radio, and welcome again to Take the Lead, the 11th episode of your Youth Exchange program in the year 2025. My name is Augustine Bill Cully, and today we will be exploring young people in political engagement. Grab your radio, your phone, or whatever device you have in your hand and join us on 94.9 FM and online. Facebook, we are on WADR English service, and YouTube at WADR Plus. Send in your contributions or your opinions through our comment sections, and we will read them out as we go along with the program. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, politics involves the competition between competing interest groups or individuals for power or leadership, as in a government. With a quarter of the global population between the ages of 15 and 35, the world now has the largest generation of young people it has ever seen. However, are these young people actively involved in politics? If they are, how deeply engaged are they? If they are not, what might be the reasons? These are some of the questions we seek to answer with our guests today.
Take the Lead is back in 2025 with a brand new format. Yes, your youth exchange space will now be broadcast live every Friday at 4:05 p.m. Universal Time. And that's not all. Dear internet users and WADR subscribers, you have the opportunity to experience the show live and direct on our online platforms on Facebook at WADR English Service and on YouTube at WADR. Take the Lead every Friday from 4:05 p.m. Universal Time and rebroadcast same day at 1 a.m. Universal Time. Also on every Tuesday, your youth program will be rebroadcast at 7:15 a.m. and 4:05 p.m. GMT. Take the lead and champion the discourse for the betterment of young people.
Yeah. Take the lead and champion the discourse for the betterment of young people. Well, our guests for today include a politician, to be specific, a female politician, also a journalist and a bilingual professional. They are Marie Helen Njai, and she is a Senegalese female politician, coordinator of the Invisible Giants program. Guess what? Marie was an independent candidate for the mayoral election held in Dalifort municipality in 2022. Am I correct, Marie?
Yeah, you're right.
How are you doing, and welcome to the program?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on your show.
Is it the first time in our studio?
Yeah.
Tell us, how do you feel being here?
Yeah, I'm happy. I've been following you for years.
Oh.
I would like to congratulate you on the great job that you have been doing so far.
Thank you.
It's an honor for me being here. Thank you.
Right, that's great. Next is Nana Akpowo Koko Tete, and Nana is a bilingual communication professional from Ghana. She also works as a corporate events moderator and a translator, as well as a voice-over artist. You will hear from her. But just before that, let's introduce the male alongside me on the program today, and he's no other but Bokol Tal Calaban. And Boko is a Senegalese journalist. He's specialized in investigative and political social reporting. Guess what, as well? Booker is an award-winning journalist. Am I correct? Booker?
Correct, deeply correct.
So how are you doing? And welcome to the platform.
I'm fine and thank you. Thank you and hello, Augustine. Hello to Mrs. Njai and to Nana, I think the other one. What I want to say is the gender equality is respected here around the table. Seemingly. We have two ladies and two gentlemen.
Yeah.
And it is a great pleasure and an honor to be here in WADR and particularly in Take the Lead, broadcasting or a program in which I'm among the huge number of followers. And hello to all your listeners through 94.9 and through your digital platforms.
Okay. Just before we hear from Nana, you were awarded. Could you mind telling us a bit about the process, how it went into place, and what sort of award you received?
Yeah. It is a program made in place by CESTI. CESTI is the school where we were being trained in journalism and Oxfam. So it is a yearly program that is held here in Senegal. It is called a national I'm losing the word concours held in Senegal, so by year. And this year we were doing around subjects linked to the minors and government. So that's what we're doing. And I have been working on that subject, and I gave my paper, and that's where I was awarded as I get the first prize on radio.
Okay.
Given that I was specialized in radio.
All right. Congratulations
And thank you.
again. All right. Let's hear from you, Nana. Welcome to the platform. How are you doing? Hello to you, Nana. How are you doing?
I am very good.
Okay.
I'm very good, really. How are you doing too?
Well, I am blessed. And tell us, how do you feel being on the platform this wonderful Friday?
Well, it's a great opportunity. I mean, joining you from Ghana is a good one. And I think that besides everything, COVID has made it possible because it's shown us that there are many ways we can do things. And so, yes, I am excited to be on the call. And most importantly, with people as the people that we have on this panel is a politician, a female politician who is a trailblazer for a number of people, and also to an award-winning journalist. It must be a good one today.
Indeed, indeed. Let's get the ball rolling. We begin with understanding the main idea of politics. And Marie, you are the politician. We begin with you. Please share with us your own personal understanding about politics. What's the main idea?
Yeah, to me, politics can be taken in a very larger, perspective. There are people who are politically engaged and people who are political actors. I mean, those who are in civil society, for example, I can say that they are politically engaged. The activists, they are politically engaged. All the people who are addressing issues that matter to them, they are politically engaged. And the other part is people like me who are political actors who go to, ask for the voices of people to be elected as mayor, deputy, president, etc., etc. Then to me, politics, everybody can be a politician. Being politically engaged, addressing issues that matter to you, to your community, to your people, and then the other part is being a political actor.
Right. Being a political actor, being a politician, I just admire the distinction. We'll get more into that. But for you, Boka, please share with us your own idea of what politics is.
I'm going to be short. Well, politics is nothing but the art of governing the city, as it is largely known. So, to the question whether young people can be among those leaders, I think the answer is going to be directly yes. So maybe we're going to discuss on it about the engagement of young people in the political field if we go further. Yeah.
All right, great. Now, what does it mean for young people to engage into political processes? And that comes to you, Nana.
Okay, so if you can hear me, can you confirm?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So what does it mean for young people to be involved in politics? That's the question you asked, right?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, I think that for young people to be engaged in politics is to, give them the opportunity to shape their future. Because for me, or my basic understanding of what politics really is determining, is governance, like my fellow panelists said, is governance, is determining who gets what at what time. And so if you're involving the youth in politics, then essentially you're saying that you're giving them a voice, the opportunity to be able to determine how they are governed, what they get in life, and all of that. Yeah, so that's basically what it would mean to involve the youth or the young people in politics.
Okay, for you, Marie, getting young people involved into politics, what does it mean?
Yeah, I disagree with people saying that give young people the opportunity. It's them taking the lead as the broadcast goes, I didn't wait, for people to give me the opportunity. What I did was from my early age, I was helping my community. I was, being the voice of the voiceless people. I was getting engaged in every issues that matter to my people. And that was not, I was not a political actor at the time. No, I was just helping my people because I understood that I had my role to play. And to play that role, I had to get out from my comfort zone to my impactful zone. That's what I did. And from that process, people understood that this person can be our lead, can be the leader of our municipality. And young people, they came, they talked to me, they told me, Mary Helen, we want you to be a candidate for the mayoral election. Yeah, sometimes it's good saying that, give us the opportunity, the shrinking of civical and political, spaces. All this is true. It is true. But it's up to us, young people, to take the lead, to show people that we can. But if you want to show people that you can, it's from the grassroots, engagement. You have to show your people that you can do something for your community. This doesn't need or doesn't take to be, in a political party or to have the support of the municipality or the support of a political actor. For example, what we call the cleanup, settle. You can do it. You can gather the kids of your community, teaching them English, teaching them some values, teaching them, giving them reinforcement courses. There are simple things that people can do, and this will lead you to the path that you want to take if you want to be a politician or a political actor.
Yes, there are more to come from you, Mari. But Boka, tell us, how have you observed young people's participation into politics throughout the years of your reportage, and how are they involved, and how is it evolving in terms of the growth?
Well, I remember when Emmanuel Macron took the power in France on that 14th of May, I think, 2017. It was a kind of like a great scientist discovery throughout the world. It was like that is a thing that is unthinkable, that and that is what was in all the debates throughout Africa, throughout the world, and particularly in Africa. And we do know why, particularly in Africa. And I'm going to say it a while ago. What I wanted to say is that when Macron came to power, it was like that all the debates were saying that France has elected a 39-year-old president. It is like it was something unthinkable that a young become a president, and that's where all the debates was held on. And recently here in Senegal, we has elected Bassirou Diomaye Faye. He is in the 40s, exactly 44 years old, I think. And what can we learn from this message? It is like a new or great wine brewing throughout the world, and particularly in Africa. I was saying why particularly in Africa. we are in a continent where we see president who have been ruling for decades, for years, even for generations. We have seen some presidents who have been here for 40 years or 15 or 50 years, and this makes us say that it is like the the leading or political engagement is something that is just given to old people, and it is like the time is showing that these young leaders are thinking that it is a kind that these old people has not succeeded in taking the government, and they have decided to take their destiny between their hands. And that's the reason why we say that for the time being, it is one of the reasons that make the young people try to get involved in the politics and to be among the decision takers. So we cannot go without the old people, but try to be within them and to help them choose and help them govern and help them make the development of their countries.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. For you, Nana, the aspect of young people's voices being heard, some will say young people's voices are not being heard by politicians. Instead, they are being excluded from the political processes. What's your own view about this? Are you there, Nana?
Yes, I am here. Okay. So yes, for young people, involvement in politics is more like representation. Okay. And just to chime in here with my I think her name is Mariam, right? Just to chime in here on Marie, yes, what she was saying about the fact that young people need to take things by the horn and guide discussions and all of that. Yes, it is important. I mean, that is no, there are no two ways about it. However, there are some impediments that we put in the way of these youth, and I'm sure that we will get there. When we get there, we'll speak about it. Otherwise, yes, just as it is in any other aspect of life, it is very important that the youth themselves take things by the horn and go with it. Yes, and so way to go. When it comes to the youth being represented or being actively engaged in politics, we're talking about representation. We're talking about, getting young people involved in things that matter in the running of the nation. Young people involved in sharing their voices in decision making, in campaigns, that have to do with them. Because remember that the future can be shaped by the youth even better, because we are much more in tune with digital solutions, etc., that aid in governing a nation. Okay, so basically that's about it. It's about innovation, it's about progress, and that is the reason why we should be able to get the youth involved into politics with fresh ideas, fresh energy, and the ability to do things.
All right, looking at the influential aspect of it with you, Marie, how does young people's participation influence political decision-making processes?
From history, I mean, up to now, young people have always been at the front line in all the fight for democracy, for a better life. During the reign of Leopold Sedar Senghor, we remind of May 1968 strike. There was a big strike that was conducted or that was driven by students at Dakar University. At the time, those people, they were not politicians, but they were politically engaged because they were fighting for, a better treatment, socially speaking. They were fighting for a betterment of their life, as the show goes. From Leopold Sedar Senghor up to, Joma, young people have been always at the front line. But the difference is what? At the time of Leopold Sedar Senghor, Abdou Diouf, till Abdoulaye Wade, the politician or the political space was preserved of a kind of intellectual elite. Those who were doing politics were people who were schooled, people who got high degrees and things like that.
The sign bearers and the shield wearers.
Yes. I remember in Africans Rising, I was coordinating a program called Artistic Activism, which aim was to engage young people who are disengaged and apathetic towards socio-political issues, because to us that was critical for young people to be engaged, to ask for, good governance, transparency, and things like that. That's the reason why I bring back this, reminding, because it's very important. From that time, that was the intellectual elite that was engaged in politics, both politically engaged and political actors. That was those who were, schooled. But with the advent of Ousmane Sonko and the advent of the digital, revolution, we're seeing more and more a shift, a big change happening. Now people who wouldn't even be chosen as an extra in a film, now they have their own platform, speaking, voicing out their point of views. You see, and this is to me a very important thing. Now, young people, thanks to Ousmane Sonko, we need to say it, because there were a lot of people who were here, talking, creating awareness among young people, but young people didn't listen. But now, a lot of people, they are engaged in politics.
Okay, so in terms of the advantage, what would you consider? Do the young people really have advantage over the quote-unquote experienced politicians or older ones? For you, Boka?
It is a little bit the change of the way that we took on politics. He was telling that he was, I think that there's a lot of factors that have made that the young people as being more and more engaged in politics. We can think of lots of organizations, such as we had here Yanamar and Le Ballet in Burkina Faso, and I think that La Lucha in the RDC, Democratic Republic of Congo, and lots of leaders such as Ousmane Sonko, as you said a while ago, Julius Malema in South Africa, the leader of Economic Freedom Fighters, a political party that is gathering lots of young people. We can also think about the musician Bobby Wine in Uganda, and these are leaders that are showing that the young people, you can be engaged in the political field, be leaders and becoming minister or directors or presidents. Why not? We have seen that Diomaye has become president of Senegal, and that makes young people think that it is possible. We have to be engaged, and if we are engaged in the political field, we're going to change the way that these politics have taken a long time ago here in our continent, and try to change the things, because as I said at the beginning, it was a kind that the political field is left between the hands of the old people, and now it is seemingly that the young people have decided to take it from the old people, not only take it but be among them and try to help them to rule the countries.
Okay. Yeah. Before we take a break, let's know the difference. What difference do young people make in the political space? And for you, Nana, kindly share light on this. What do you know as some differences that positive differences that young people can make in the political space? Let's hear from you, Nana, if you're there. Well, I think it's network problem. So with that, we've so far listened to our guests and they've been explaining some wonderful experiences and great insights on the program so far on this 11th episode of your Youth Exchange program, Take the Lead in the year 2025. Let's now join WADR's Sankula Janko for some insights about youth and political engagement.
I am announcing that I am officially running for president of...
Youth and political engagement in Africa examines the diverse experiences of being youth in today's Africa. It offers new perspectives on the roles and positions young people take to change their life conditions, both within and beyond the formal political structures and institutions. Despite these evolving perspectives, a technical report by the Joint Research Center on Youth Political Participation, published in 2020, reveals that levels of political engagement and participation among youth in Africa remain generally low, albeit with significant variations across different regions. Nevertheless, young people, particularly those who are male, highly educated, and live in urban areas, are more likely than older citizens to engage in protest movements. Has the situation shifted in recent years? One example is Alassane Cham, a young parliamentarian in the Gambia representing Bakau constituency.
As a young person, I always want to be empowered. I always want to make sure that all the young people are empowered. And in order for young people to be empowered, our lives is in the hands of the politicians because they are the policy makers, they are the government. So if you want to make change, it is said that you should be the change that you want to see. That is one of the factors that inspired me to become a politician, because by becoming a politician, I will be able to advocate for youth empowerment and making sure that young people are at the forefront when it comes to decision making.
Alassane also shares his experience regarding the challenges young people face in politics.
Coming to the challenges, as a young person in politics, especially in the Gambia, we still have the challenge of being able to penetrate into politics because most of the political parties in the Gambia are not run by young people. The party bearer or the party head or the flag bearer is not a young person, and the party composition, even though we have young people, but they are not young people that are there to contest in the name of the party, but rather they see us as young people that are there to rally behind them, follow them from one place to another and support them, instead of them empowering us to contest as politicians and also represent young people's interests.
Overall, youth in Africa have been an important political force, taking on a wide range of roles in political arena, including voters, activists, party members, members of parliament, and foot soldiers of political parties. While political parties, governments, and other political leaders often exploit the political activity of young people, their participation at both local and national levels remains significant.
You need a leader who can be a people-pleasing puppet, and someone who sees a battery and has to sock it. You need me. I will be your president until I get bored.
Hey people, my name is Mello, Afrobeat singer from Guinea and Conakry. I love listening to the program Take the Lead on West Africa Democracy Radio.
Hello, my name is Fatou Bintou Souké. I'm the CEO of African Start Shop, and I love listening to the York program Take the Lead on West Africa Democracy Radio.
All right, that's it on West Africa Democracy Radio. This is Take the Lead, your youth exchange program. Welcome back. And this is the platform that features discussions all about young people in West Africa and beyond. We are streaming live on YouTube at WADR, on Facebook, WADR English Service, and worldwide on WADR.org. Let's quickly recognize our partner stations across West Africa. All the way in Nigeria, we say thanks to Darling FM, Owerri, and Nezit FM there in Kaduna State. In Liberia, we say thanks to Alternative Youth Radio in Lofa County, DCN Radio in Rivers County, Kwatika Radio in Bone County. All the way there in Sierra Leone, we also recognize you, African Young Voices, there in Freetown. Radio Buff, Mile 91. Hands of Hope Radio there in Freetown, and Eastern Radio in Kono District. We also have our partner stations in Ghana, Radio Path, Savannah region, how are you doing? Royals FM, Wenchi. And of course, in the Gambia, we have Numi FM, the North Bank region, and Radio Veritas. They are all our partner stations. And thanks to you for always relaying this program. Let's welcome you back. And at this point in time, we would like to focus on the challenges there are series of challenges that these young people face when they engage into politics, sometimes refer to them as the barriers. But for you, Mary, you contested in a political race, and give us a bit of your story. How was it like for you? The backdrop of you being a female and contesting in a male-dominated electoral process. How was it like for you?
Yeah, as I told you, from my early age, I was always engaged for my community, and I believed that we are stronger than our realities. I was born in Darifur. I was raised in Darifur. I did all my schooling in public schools from, primary to secondary, high school, university. I believe in myself, and I know that power that I had, I took it from my community. Then being a young lady, being able to accomplish all this, why not for the other people? And yeah, to tell you the truth, I belonged to a political party. I was in a political party. But in the political party, I realized that most of the time, what they're saying, they do not believe in it. Yeah, they do not believe in women empowerment, youth empowerment, things like that. It's only slogan.
Okay.
Sorry. Yes. It's a slogan most of the time. Because when I was in the political party, I had everything that was required for me to be chosen as a candidate. But guess what? They were telling me, you are a lady and you are young. You are a young lady. You could hold on. You should hold on. And this I didn't appreciate. This is the reason why I decided with my team to run for mayor as an independent. Okay. And I chose to show the power of youth. I chose as my trustee, what we call in French mandataire. My trustee was born in 1995. When he went to bring my papers, even the prefect, the prefect was astonished. Wow, you're the one chosen. Because it's very serious. It's a very serious thing because that person is the one who will bring your papers.
Wow.
Everything depends on him in terms of validated or unvalidated your candidacy. But that was to show them that it's possible. And that young person, I'm saying him hi, Seydina, he did a great job. Even the prefect was congratulating him. That was not easy, of course, because it started from my party. It's starting from within, telling me that, no, wait, hold on. And I went out, I get out of the door and then told my people, hey, young people, if you believe in me, if you believe we can make it, let's go and make it together. Because this is the importance of being a leader. Because a leader does not create followers, but leaders like him. And there were leaders like me who believed that we could make it. The first step was validated our candidacy because it's a very tough process. You have to, take 96 people by respecting the parity. Each of them has to have a file, name of father, name of mother with a signature. That was a very tough process. But with the teamwork, as the saying goes, there is no I in team. We did a kind of teamwork and we were able to make it. And that was tough because, that was kind of discrimination, gender and age discrimination. But what I loved a lot about my candidacy is young people themselves. The people for whom I was fighting for, they understood that, and really they were behind me. It's not behind me, next to me, and around me, But the only problem was the adults, maybe, they saw us as young people. But anyway, it's a fight, it's a process, we will keep on keeping on.
Okay.
But to tell the truth, young people, they were behind me, they separated me. That was not easy, but it's up to me to show them that, yes, I'm a young lady, but I have the vision to change the Darifur.
So with that experience, how do you think of the story of other young women out there who may want to be politicians or political actors?
One of the greatest success that I had is tomorrow, in 2 years, there will be again mayoral election.
Yeah.
Nobody will tell a lady, no, do not be a candidate because you are a lady. I succeeded in bringing this, out.
Breaking the barriers.
Breaking the barriers.
Okay.
Because now the ladies, they are empowered. They know. They said that if Mary Ellen was able to do it in a very tough context, why not me? Most of the time, being a lady, being, invested by a political party, it's easy because you have everything. you will have the support of the party, the money, and everything. But being an independent candidate is another thing.
Okay.
And that's what I succeed in doing.
Well, so far, let's recognize Kabanintal on our Facebook, our live Facebook feed. Kabanintal says, we are following you in your interesting debate. I am proud of you, brother. I guess he's speaking to one of us. Either,
That's a brother of mine.
Okay, that's great. That's Bokar's brother. And Amadou Gako says, I'm very happy to see my friend Bokar Tal. Wow, that's great. Keep your comments coming, and you can also put your points too as you listen to the discourse. I heard Mari talking about gender discrimination. What would you say in addition to some of the challenges that these young people face when venturing into politics?
Like, I think that I said it a while ago. The first challenge that they face is it seems that they have decided no longer to be followers but decision makers or choosers. This is the first challenge, and one I want to add is that we are in Africa. You know that it is a continent where the majority is young in terms of its population. I think that the majority have less than 30 years. And when we take just the example of Senegal, we are here, the population, we have 75 of young people. They are less than 30. And 36% is less than 19. What I want to say is that the 25 gonna choose for the 75? You see, this is a kind of a great gap between them. 75 of young, 75 of young people and 25 of old people. So it is a challenge that have been forced to them, and they have to forcibly accept it and to be among the choosers and the decision makers, because they have the greatest number in terms of their population. So they have to be among the old people. I said it a while ago, not to push or to break the barriers and throw the old people out of the politic field, but to be among the political choosers and the political decision makers. Work hand in hand with the old people. Maybe we have just to, maybe in few years we will go until we have the majority in the political field, that it's going to be young people instead of old people.
Okay, considering, among other things, finance, lack of finance, considering lack of proper education, considering the fact that many will brand young people as immature, premature, as inexperienced people, and people who lack integrity, not being trusted. Would you consider that as some of the barriers or challenges, Marie?
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, it is part of it. You know, the finance aspect. You know, I and my team, we funded our own campaign. And that was very difficult and very challenging, because we were obliged to not do as others were doing. We were obliged to, do our campaign depending on the means, the funds that we had. This is it. Also, sometimes people are saying, no, Mary Helen, being a young lady, there are people who are behind her. A young lady cannot have that courage. A young lady cannot have that capacity. There are some people, what we call rumors. But you have to not care about it. You have to focus on your way. And finally, people are going to know that, the Mary Helen that was here.
The party in the power has shown the way. Usman Sonko and Bassirou Diomaye Faye and the others, by the fundraising, and it's not going to be a matter of funds, I think, or finance, because I said they have shown the way. If the population want to give the decision or the choosing to young people, they're gonna do it.
Okay. Yeah, but sometimes in a local perspective, at local perspective, it's not always the same. Yeah. Usman Sonko, he got the popularity and everything, but we were obliged to fund our own campaign. So much the better, no problem, because we show them that money shouldn't be a barrier, even though it's important in the fight, but it shouldn't be. We should take what we had and go do door to door, talk to people, mobilize people, sharing our program with them.
Okay.
I didn't win the election, but in 2 years, hopefully, we can make it. If it is not me, it can be another one among our team.
I like the conviction. In 2 years to come, you prepare yourself than ever before. But as we wrap up on this wonderful discussion, let's come to the solution or ways forward. How do you think that participation of young people in politics can be strengthened? How can that process be strengthened with you, Amari?
Yeah, I think it's first and foremost young people themselves. You asked a question to Nana. Unfortunately, she was not around to respond. The advantage, the differences. My brother said it earlier. We are 75% out of the population. Then, engaging young people, empowering young people is translating the willingness of a larger group, out of the population. Okay. Then the solution, you ask about the solution, right? Mm-hmm. The solution would be young people to choose candidates who are young as them, empower young people as them. Because if I'm Mary Helen, in Daliford, that was really fine. I had the support of young people. But it's up to us to understand that if we want people to talk for us, we have to choose people who understand our matter, who know what we want, who know the fight that we went through and where we want to head to. Okay. Then they have to choose people who can express their willingness. They have also, as I said it earlier, to start community service, working for their population, doing actions. It's this that will help them. Once they want to be a politician, for example, nobody, you can be, against me, politically speaking. But you cannot say that Mary Helen doesn't deserve to be a mayor or Mary Helen doesn't deserve to be a candidate. Everybody concurs with the fact that I have been always there for my community. Then I call on young people to do this, to be engaged for their locality, and then to choose the right leaders, the right person for the right place.
Now, away from young people prioritizing themselves or their peers in politics, what do you think are other ways to increase youth participation in politics, Boka?
Yeah, I was saying it a while ago. In the past, it was kind of a reality that young people have to be our sign bearers and the shirt wearers during the electoral campaign. And it is, for the time being, that phenomenon that these young people are trying to change. And to say that instead of being their sign bearers or their shirt wearers, we're going to be the choosers and the decision makers or work with them. Mm-hmm. And this is the reason why I think that we're going to have some solutions about this and increase the engagement of young people in the political field. You see, there are lots of programs that we see by here and there. I think there is a program named as Africa Network, things like that. It is helping children to be engaged not only in politics, but to have the opportunities to get employment. This is a great problem we see here in Africa. And these kind of programs may help the young leaders or the young politicians maybe be engaged more and more in politics. And as I said a while ago, 75% and 25%, there is no struggle. Okay. There is no fight. We're going to see that in this coming future that the young people are going to be more and more engaged in politics.
Finally, Boka, as you leave the young people of West Africa on this platform today, what would you like to say?
In the past, they have been saying that Africa is a continent or a young or an old man sitting in gold and asking charity, and it is a kind of a truth, of a natural truth. And now we are saying that Africa, even though it is said it is an old man sitting in the gold and asking for charity, now it seems that the things are changing. It is even said that Africa is the continent of the future. It depends on who is saying this. But what I want to say is that Africa is, given that it is the continent of the future, so the future has to be built by its children. And when we talk about children, we talk about young leaders, young political leaders. The young political leaders going to be the Africa future leaders, so they have to be engaged until now, and from now, and to be among the continent builders, and maybe help this old man to change this gold to something that gonna develop our continent.
Great. And to you, Mary, finally.
Yeah, we have talked to the talk. Now let's walk the talk.
Okay.
Let's be in action. That's what I believe in. As I said it earlier, I do not believe in, giving opportunities to young people. They have to find the opportunities. But it's up to our leaders to create, the opportunities that they would create for young people is training. To me, training is crucial, is important. A lot of people, they do not have the chance to get out of the country, to go to, because traveling is enriching. Traveling is learning. Okay. People who like us who got the chance to travel, we have learned a lot. But people who do not have that chance, with the visa issues and things like that, then our leaders should create opportunities like training, political training, leadership training, personal development training. Okay. This would be interesting. He was saying something very important. During my campaign, one of my slogan was, we have worn your T-shirt for a long. It's now time for you to wear our T-shirt. Yes.
You don't have 5,000 to give
them.
Yeah,
and the other slogan was, I do instead of I will do. Mm-hmm. Because we are in action. We're doing action. We're finding opportunities for our community. Mm-hmm. We're bringing them social activities. Sometimes we're offering, glasses, myopic glasses. We're organizing action to, give people educational things, books to primary school, things like that. We are in action. Do not minimize anything. Let's stand for our community. This is the thing that
I think that when Kennedy was saying, don't ask for what you can do for your country, and ask what you can do for your country. Yes, and yes. He was talking with Africans.
Yeah, let's take this.
That's what Boka says. That's your understanding of that.
Yeah, he was talking to the all young people around the world.
Yeah. What you can offer to the country, especially from your own point of view. But thank you so much for coming today on the platform, Marie and Boka.
Thank you, Augustine. I think it was a great pleasure and an honor to be around this table and discuss with you, and to find my sister Mary Ellen. And I'm just saying to good luck for this coming elections.
Thank
maybe
you.
And I hope you be in touch with her, because at that time she will need you more.
Of course. Sure. And thank you to all the WADR listeners and followers.
Okay, saying the same thing. Thank you to all the people who are listening to us.
Okay.
I'm saying hi to the Dalifort people, the Dalifort inhabitants. I'm sure they are listening to me. To the Pan-Africanists all around the world, on the continent and in the diaspora, because I'm a Pan-African. I believe in Pan-Africanism. I believe in African unity. So I thank you. As I said it earlier, WADR has been doing a great job. You are giving voice to voiceless people. You are empowering young people and women, and that's what we need for development. Yeah, young people, believe in you. You are greater than your, realities. You can touch the sky if you believe. There is no limit to what you can do. Thank you.
Great. Well, listeners and viewers, this is where we conclude the 11th episode of Take the Lead on West Africa Democracy Radio, broadcasting on 94.9 FM, Dakar, Senegal. Thank you, and please join us next Friday for another live episode of the program. A special thanks to our partner stations in Ghana, Nigeria, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and the Gambia. Remember to take the lead in shaping the discourse for the betterment of young people in Africa. My name is Augustine Bilkali. Bye for now.
We thank you for listening to this program in Nigeria on Darling FM 107.3 Owerri, Southeast.